Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time off your busy schedule to attend our webinar with our friends from Xcart. Take control of your shipping costs. My name is Jose Lee. I'm the founder and CEO of 71 Pounds. Before jumping into the webinar, I wanted to provide you with 30 seconds of my background. I spent the last 15 years in the intersection of shipping, e-commerce, and logistics with companies like Alibaba.com and Jamba Juice. I also ran FedEx's retail and e-commerce practice for 6 years and was fortunate to spend time working with the large shippers like Amazon, Target, and Nike. My last couple of years at FedEx, I worked with small businesses, and I'm fortunate to have a good mix of the needs and inefficiencies that small businesses and large companies face in regards to shipping. Over the next 15 or 20 minutes, we'd like to share with you some insights about understanding your shipping cost, how to read carrier invoices, also talk to you about the FedEx and UPS money back guarantee policy. My last year at FedEx, I worked on doing extensive marketing research, understanding small businesses' shipping needs. We learned that the number 2 pain point that small businesses have in regards to shipping is understanding their shipping cost. Total shipping costs are made up of the sum of the shipping list rates. From there, if you have a discount, you should subtract that and then add another bucket of cost, which are surcharges, fees, and other add-ons. Typically, we have seen that this last bucket of surcharges and fees make up about 30 to 40% of your total shipping cost. So there's over 100 types of surcharges and fees that you as a business are going to get invoiced for. A few of the most common ones are listed here on the page. So there's a few that are worth discussing. One is residential fees. If you ship to a residential address versus a commercial address, you're going to be charged anywhere from $2.55 with UPS to $3.50 with FedEx. The range varies if you're shipping via UPS ground, FedEx home delivery, or if you're doing overnight or express services. Another surcharge is address corrections. If you printed on the label that your package is going to a particular address with a suite number 301, but it was really meant for suite number 401, then two things are going to happen. One is that the recipient of your shipment is most likely not going to get that package on time. And the second thing is that you're going to receive an address correction fee, anywhere from $11 to $12.50, depending on the service and the carrier that you used. Dimensional rates is also another big surcharge, which has had a lot of news over the last few months. So when does a dimensional weight apply? If your dim weight is larger than your actual weight, of course you're going to get charged the higher weight. Dim weight is calculated by multiplying length times width times height and dividing it by 166. Only if it's a domestic shipment. If you're shipping international, that ratio gets divided by 139. So how to read carrier invoices and catch costly errors. So what I'm about to tell you is not rocket science. You should understand your contracts and rates. You should review your invoices, read your surcharges, and monitor if these costs are accurate. The issue is that this is easier said than done. When I was personally managing shipping and logistics for Jamba Juice, I didn't have time for this. I was too busy getting shipments out of the door. It's one of the main reasons why I started 71 Pounds. I wanted to have an easy and convenient way to audit my shipments and get whatever incorrect charges we were being charged for refunded directly into our account. So after leaving FedEx, we created technology and systems to automate this tedious process, making sure that our invoices are correctly charged. So one of the questions that we often get asked is when and how to negotiate for a better discount. After working with thousands of small businesses with FedEx and thousands of customers with 71 pounds, one of the things that we know for sure is that everything is negotiable. Depending on the leverage and the volume and the position that you're in, you should be able to negotiate particular levers in your contract. So if you're having a lot of surcharges for residential fees, that's definitely an area of a negotiation that you can ask your carrier or carriers to ask and give you a break. Another suggestion is to always keep your options open. So instead of treating your carriers as a transactional relationship, one of the suggestions is to build relationships with your carriers, even if you're not shipping with both of them. You know, one of the good tips is to always keep your options open, and having both FedEx, UPS, sometimes regional carriers as an option is always something that would be beneficial for you in the long term. Another suggestion that we are seeing is that it's always in good faith to not waive the right to file a money back guarantee claim. We're seeing more and more of these waived by the carrier systematically. A lot of times, you know, customers are not reviewing, you know, page number 17 on their 18-page contract, and there's a particular clause that says that because of the large amount of discounts that the customer is receiving, the carrier is asking the customer to waive these rights. In our case, you know, we help customers provide benchmarking information and also analytics so they can actually make better business decisions when they're negotiating rates with their carriers. It's a service that we offer through our dashboard, and it's you know, just another one of the value-added services that we provide to our customers. So what is the money-back guarantee policy? FedEx and UPS offer a money-back guarantee on their parcel delivery service. If you're shipping an overnight, ground, or international shipment with FedEx or UPS, and if the carrier delivers late, even by 60 seconds, you as a merchant, you as a shipper, is entitled to get 100% of that shipping cost back. What happens is that most companies and most shippers are not aware of this. And every year there's about $2 billion with a B that are left unclaimed every year. On average, 5% of shipments are going to be late, which means that you should be receiving anywhere from 5% in that range of refunds back depending on your shipping cost. The range varies between overnight and ground shipments. If you're doing international, overnight shipments have higher failure rates because the carrier has to deliver within a particular time period. An 8 o'clock delivery or a 10:30 delivery in the morning has a higher failure rate versus a ground shipment, which is day definite, whereas the driver has technically until end of day to deliver a package and still be considered on time. So some additional insights that we've seen is that on average, I mean, most of Xcart customers are in the e-commerce space. We're seeing that about anywhere from 7 to 11% of their shipping cost is a function of their revenue. And on average, we see that to be about 10%. So it's a good ratio to benchmark against if that's a number that you're going over or under in your particular industry. We also see that about 50% of all small businesses and e-commerce merchants do not have a shipping discount. And that's something that could be beneficial for you as you increase the shipping volume that you have. One particular aspect which is coming up soon as the holiday season approaches, the money back guarantee does have some asterisks on their timing. So, you know, between December 18 and the 24, you know, the guarantee express time gets extended by 90 minutes. the ground money back guarantee gets suspended between a particular time between December 11 and the 24th. And there's some additional details that we'll be happy to share with you as well. So those are the insights that we wanted to share with you. If there's any particular questions, I'll be happy to see if we can discuss in more detail.
I see that Douglas is typing something. Actually, we're encouraging everyone to post your questions to the chat window, if any. And I, meanwhile, would like to ask Jose, just out of curiosity, how did you learn about $2 billion of unclaimed refunds? Do FedEx and UPS share this information to the public? Or do you have some spy in their companies?
So they don't share the numbers in detail, but you can get, there's been some studies in the past that have actually posted the number to be much higher than $2 billion. If you look at their financial statements and the S1 reports that FedEx and UPS provide on an annual basis, you can extrapolate the numbers and you can, calculate that it's more than $2 billion every year.
Okay, I see. Thank you. I would also like to add, I have forgotten to say that in the very beginning of our webinar, that 71 pounds is Xcard partner, and their service is available for the users of both Xcard 4 and Xcard 5. Well, we have just received the very first question, so Jose, please look into the chat window. Douglas is writing that he has a client. He has been trying to update their shipping, and they keep dragging their feet. This just might be the motivation I need to give them to take that on. Thanks. So, sorry for reading that not properly. It is not a question, actually. Do you guys have any questions?
So one additional insight that I wanted to share with you is that the money back guarantee policy has a 15-day window. This is a policy from FedEx and UPS. So when the shipment happens, when the package is shipped, uh, we can actually go back 15 days and get as many refunds as possible within that 15-day time period.
Thank you for your adding. So it looks like we have no further questions left. No, I can see that Stacy is typing. How much does it cost to use 71 pounds? Perfect question. Thank you, Shelby. So Jose, will you please answer?
So our service is based on contingency. So we don't charge anything to sign up front. Typically, we charge 50% of the refund amount. So, for example, if we save our customers $200 on a monthly basis, we're going to invoice them for 50% of that, for half of that. So, $100 would actually be paid to us. 50% of zero is zero. So, if we don't find any refunds for the particular customer in a time period, they pay nothing to us.
Thank you. So the next question is from Douglas, whether any integration is needed or not.
So I think that's a great question. So the short answer is no. Part of the reason why we do this is because when I was doing shipping and logistics before for Jamba Juice, I didn't have any time for integration. So when we built 71 pounds, we wanted to make it in a way that would be very simple and very convenient. So customers sign up with us on our site, and they provide us 4 data fields: company name, email address, and their FedEx.com username and password, or UPS, and they don't have to do anything else. So we have that also via the 71pounds.com Xcart page, and that's something that does not require integration whatsoever.
Douglas said, so it's a no-brainer.
I agree with you, Douglas. Yes, it's a no-brainer.
So, do we have any new questions? I see that. So, is that the whole of it? And another question of Justin. Does £70 work if you are not using X-Card for shipping?
So correct. So it would be great if you're using Xcart for shipping, but it's not a requirement. So what we do is we audit your shipments from your FedEx or UPS account information, and that's how we are able to audit your shipments and file the claims electronically on your behalf. So as long as you have a FedEx.com or a UPS.com account, we can audit your shipments and get refunds for you.
So actually, it doesn't really matter what kind of shopping cart you use, right? If you are the user of FedEx or UPS service, you can sign up for £71 and benefit from there being a tortoise, right? Oh, Douglas, thank you for joining. Sorry to hear you are leaving, but I think we have almost finished. Another question is from Mark. I see that you can add UPS. Do you do anything for those accounts? So do you actually provide any service for USPS too? Jose?
So we are adding the USPS module. Uh, the USPS does have a guarantee service that we're looking at providing refunds for. It's in the works, and we're beta testing this with some of our early customers that are providing their credentials for USPS.
And if Mark is asking about USPS, probably he will be interested in joining the early bird or beta testing program. Is it possible to join it right now, or are you going to make it available for public only after you finish everything?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, Jose, I'm sorry for not being clear enough. I wonder if it is possible to join the USPS beta testing right now, because since Mark is asking about USPS, he may be interested in it. Thus, is it
Yes,
possible to join
we'll definitely be
beta
interested in
testing?
following up.
So, Mark, if you are interested, please just email to info@71pounds.com. The email is shown on the screen, and I believe Jose will help you. I don't see any new questions, so I think that we can thank everyone for joining. I would also like to remind that if you have any questions, if they appear after you close the webinar window, you're welcome to send them to alliance@x-card.com or to sales@x-card.com, and we will be happy to either to answer these questions or to forward them to Jose and his team. Thank you again for spending your time with us, and have a great day. Jose, thank you for your excellent presentation, and hope to work with you soon again. Jose, do you have something to add, or are we ending our session for now?
The last thing I wanted to add, so I was reading Mark Vasquez's question on the chat. So when you sign up with our service, we are able to tell you if you have the rights to file a refund. So that's something that we can definitely do immediately after you sign up.
Thank you for your answer. And I can see another question from Randy. Is there a way of sending the slideshow emails? I'm going to, first of all, to send the recording of this webinar to everyone. And Jose, do you allow us to share the PDF version of your presentation with the attendees?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you. In this case, please expect the follow-up with the presentation and a link to the recording in a couple of days. We'll do our best to prepare everything as soon as possible. Mark is writing something else. Oh, John has just signed up for £71.
Excellent, Bill.
That's great
We look
news.
forward to sending you refunds as soon as possible.
Will you please repeat? Okay, I think that no questions, and our attendees are thanking everyone. We also thank you for coming, and I think we are ready to finish. Thanks again. I see
Thank you very
that.
much.
Please wait. Okay, there is no. I just thought that John had another question. Okay, goodbye.